Good day, everyone. This is your random reviewer, and today we're reviewing Terminate The Other World, Book 1, Arrival, a humorous isekai lit RPG by Icalos, narrated by Savy Des-Etages. I apologize if that's said incorrectly. As always, there will be minor spoilers, but overall, I will be vague. Let's get to world building. A heavy portion of the world building in this case is actually in the prologue. This makes the prologue a little long, but it nicely set up a reason and background behind a character who is rather lacking in the ability and know-how of offering exposition through casual conversation, as is usually done. Internal monologue and short pre-chapter quotes cover some of this as well, but I've digressed. Once our main character is flung out of her original Skynet meets X-Men style universe, she finds herself in a pretty standard fantasy world, with beastmen, monsters, and dungeons. More specifically, in the melting pot that occurs due to an empire on its last legs, and on the dying end of an old expansion. And, of course, let us not forget the system. The system in this universe has the typical stats, skills, spells, if a bit broken due to the unconventional nature of our main character. And, of course, the system somehow mistakenly thinks that she is two things instead of one. This causes what I assume to be the world's gods themselves to complain about more work falling on their plate. The main character, being effectively an AI, makes all her interactions with the world overly complicated in all aspects, except when it comes to brute force. She is particularly good at brute force. It is, as a matter of fact, what she was built for. But in all other affairs, it is like watching a child figure out what shape they are holding by trying every single hole until the shape goes through. Even if it's not the right shape, mission accomplished. All that is to say, of course, that all her actions, while purely logical on her end, are a delight for the reader to discover the chaos they cause. Most of the time, she has a dedicated, single-minded focus on nothing but her goal, and couldn't care less about the troubles of those around her. Fortunately for those around her, the bad guys involve themselves in her affairs, making her an inadvertent hero. The other two non-monster side characters are nice, overeager teenagers who are way in over their head. While her two main monster companions she forcibly subordinates into friendly units are like the proverbial devils on her shoulder, constantly causing chaos and selectively feeding her information to further their own goals, which, more often than not, backfires as the main character misinterprets the info given or finds a more efficient method to use the info. With these four characters trying to get our overeager cyborg to make more reasonable decisions, comedy ensues. Overall, I give the story an 8 out of 10. It is what it says on the tin. A lighthearted comedy lit RPG. Could be longer, but the quality is good. If you like this story and want more comedy adventure, I would recommend almost anything by Raven's Dagger. If you want to read more about someone being a genius in the most boneheaded way possible, I'd recommend His Staff, a sci-fi lit RPG, the Skeleton in Space series by Andre Loze. Thank you all for listening to my random review.